Shalom, brother. Shalom. All praises goes to Yahweh ahchyam ahchyam Kodash. Double honor goes out to the apostles and elders that from whom we've learned the truth of the Bible, of the Holy Scriptures. Lord's will, this audio on this video will be decent because I'm outside, doing this little walk and talk lesson, walking around my neighborhood. And basically what I wanted to make this about is savoring the sacrifice, right? Like you always have the saying in this world, it goes savor the flavor, meaning take joy in what you're partaking in, right? So that's a mindset we have to have towards the sacrifice that we give every day for this truth. The scriptures say that we are to offer our bodies as a living sacrifice. Now, when an animal is offered as a sacrifice, it dies. That's not a pleasant experience for that animal because it's in its final hours. Likewise, us, the sacrifice that we have done for Yahweh ahchyam ahchyam, it's not pleasant. But in turn, when that animal is sacrificed, the scriptures say that it's a sweet savor. It's a sweet savor to the Lord. Meaning after the animal dies and it's roasted, its flesh is roasted, and that smoke goes up, the smell is good, and the Lord delights in that. So likewise, we have to have a similar mindset to savor in the sacrifice. So the only way to really do that is through understanding. And that's why the scriptures say with all that get understanding. So let's just say, example, you lose friends, you lose a woman, or you lose women, plural. When you come into this truth, you're not able to see your children for a period of time because all of a sudden your so-called baby mom has a demonic spirit on her, or whatever. You may have done something that's uncircumspect, but it happened. However it happened, it happened. You lose a job, or at the job, your boss is being an asshole, being a demon. All these things they're losses, man. They're sacrifices. They're sacrifices that it's an affliction that we go through. The Lord trying our spirits, because when your spirit is tried and you take a loss and you're in a downtrodden state, you're in a miserable state, that gives more room for the comfort. That gives more room for you to cry out to the Lord. And that's why I wanted to read this daily devotional I was reading, because it was good, man. Even though it was written by a Christian, there was points here hitting that was biblical, man. So I want to read this. It says, it's first to quote 2 Corinthians 1:5. It says, for as the sufferings of Hamashiach abound in us, so our consolation aboundeth by Mashiach. See? So when something is abounding, it's increasing, right? Like if you have it's the same root as for something to be abundant. So if you're suffering when you're abounding in suffering, that means you're catching all kind of hell. But it says, so our consolation aboundeth by Mashiach. Consolation, that word means comfort, receiving comfort regarding a loss. So how can you be comforted if How can you be comforted if you have not taken that loss? You can't. How could, think about it like this. When King David wrote a lot of his Psalms, he was in a place of, he was in a point of need. He was needy. He was downtrodden. He was suffering. So that in turn made him lean upon the Lord. It made him cleave to the Lord, because the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, was all that he had. So it's the same concept with us. We ditch this world. We ditch this world willingly, or you should be doing it willingly. And we're losing things. We're losing this. We're losing that. Some brothers are losing their health. You know, I know me in particular, I'm experiencing a lot of health woes, but it's all good. You know, it's okay, because at the same time the Lord consoles us, gives us, you know, ideas and thoughts, placed beautiful brothers around us, and gave us this knowledge, man. He still, there would never be at a point in time when you're in the truth, or at least for the time being, when that you can't go and open the scriptures and read it. You had just got fired at your job. That Bible's still there, and it's accessible for you to be able to learn from your daily experiences, man. You know, because we walk this life not to please ourselves, but to please Yahweh. And the scriptures say that it pleases the Lord to bruise his son. It pleased him to bruise Yahushai. So that's a comfort in itself, to know that when you're being bruised, it's pleasing to the Lord, man. So I want to read a bit of this daily devotional. It says, "There's a blessed proportion." The ruler of providence was that when they said that, they're talking about the Most High. You know, there's a pair of scales, and this side he puts his people's trials, and in that he puts their consolations, right? So there's a balance to the equation. As much as the trials you go experience, the Lord got consolations for you. So you may be going through something, and all of a sudden the Lord made you see a chariot. You know, that's what's called a consolation, man. So I'm gonna keep reading because my battery's kind of getting low. It says, when the scale of trial is near empty, you will always find the scale of consolation in nearly the same condition. And when the scale of trials is full, you will find the scale of consolation just as heavy. So that's a heavy statement, man. Because when you are full, you have troubles on all sides. Like King David mentioned this, not verbatim, but it said trouble can pass him on all sides.